fuck is McClay? Oh, you're good. I'm gonna slate real quick. Episode 5, the Bogcast, episode 5. If you can just slate, just say Bogcast, episode 5.
This camera here?
Yeah. It's kind of a thing we do here.
Bogcast, episode 5.
Oh shit.
Oh!
You're good.
You're
dude.
into
Keep
it
going.
already?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm Zach Grimes, a.k.a. Grimiss, episode 5 of the Bogcast.
Hell yeah, we're starting this show off right with Within the Ruins. You can't hear this, Don Rizze, but we got Within the Ruins in the house. Fuck yeah. This is one of my favorite bands of all time, dude.
Who is this?
They're called Within the Ruins. Listen to these fucking riffs. Listen to this shit.
Shit's tight. Real tight.
Listen how the guitars pan in left to right. Listen. They fucking allow me to use their clips on my podcast, dude. It's the fattest shit ever.
Nice. Are they here? Are they in Arizona?
They're from Massachusetts.
No, they played at Joe's Grotto a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Just want
good.
to say thanks Within the Ruins for allowing me to fucking use their music. They're my top 3 favorite bands of all time. I listen to these guys every day, probably for the last 3 years. Listen to this next riff coming up. Hang on. Listen, just really quick. Listen to this riff.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Get a close up on Keith.
It's a good drummer.
Dude, the drummer is the baddest fuck. I did a shot with him on the at the Joe's Grotto out back with DT.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, fucking dude,
Yeah, that's
the
a
baddest part right here.
that's a good drummer.
these guys are so fucking bad.
The whole band is unbelievable,
I could listen to this shit all day. Anyway,
but we can't right now. Serious business.
yep, this is the Bogcast, episode 5. Here again with my 2 best friends, Brian McClay,
How's it going, brother?
Oompa. How you guys doing?
What's going on, buddies? I'm doing good, man. How about you guys?
How was your guys' last hour?
It's
I'm
been
just kidding.
great.
It's been good. Yeah.
What's up, Zach? How you, man?
I'm great. Doing well.
Yeah, I want to introduce. I'm really excited to have my guest in the house for episode 5, Zach Grimes. Am I saying that right? Grimes?
Grimes, yeah.
Okay, because I'm so used to Grimace,
Yeah, there's
your gamer
obviously,
tag.
like most gamer tags, there's a story there.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a play on my last name. It's someone basically saying it wrong, and it just stuck because everyone thought it was so fucking funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Grimace.
Every fucking gamer tag
had
has
to-
a story.
had to
That's
just own
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
There's
I know
no
you more
escaping.
as Grimace than Grimes.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, you could find Zach Grimes at twitch.tv/Grimace. That's GRIMISS.
Mhm.
And you've been in the video game scene for fucking. It's actually crazy to see your progression of video games from when I met you to now. And I was actually wondering if you remember our last encounter when I last saw you, which was at Joe's Grotto.
Joe's Grotto. Yeah, and that had to have been the first time I'd seen you since we used to run LANs back in the day quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I hadn't seen you since then. It'd been probably, 5-6 years at least.
Yeah, for sure. So I was honestly so Oompa was like he's one of the at the time was one of the main sound guys at Joe's Grotto.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
And
Great place.
I
Love you,
literally
Joe.
there was like a few years I was all fucked up and I literally had just come off methadone, dude. I was all nervous, didn't talk to anybody, and fucking I was helping him do sound and shit, and all of a sudden I hear Bog. And I look over and it was I don't know if it was Bog or Obi-Wan. I can't remember. It might have been Obi-Wan, but
It could
I
have been
looked
either, yeah.
over and it was your brother.
Yeah,
Leprechaun.
hmm
His brother's called Leprechaun. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what's up, bro? What's up? And then he was like, yeah, my band's playing. I was like, oh shit. Well, me and my homie are doing your sound and shit. And then
Perfect timing.
it was crazy, dude. And then I remember being on the patio, dude, and fucking we were a few drinks in and shit. And you fucking kind of like, I don't know if your whole family was there or what, but you kind of was like, this is the guy that I fucking used to go to this guy's house and play Halo and fucking this and that. And I was like, I was so nervous, dude. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I remember and shit. And I was just like, what the fuck? Just all like, but I don't know if you remember that, but
Yeah, I do. Because I was out back at the time. We're getting ready to load in. And Jeremy came out and got me and was like, dude, Obit's here. And I was like, no shit. And I mean, it made sense because you were in bands back then and
Mhm.
stuff. We knew that about you. And he's like, yeah, he's in there by the sound booth. And I go in there and sure enough, MLG sweater. I'm like, oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was super pumped to see it because I had kind of kept tabs on you over the years too, and I knew that like I mean, we all kind of broke away from the competitive Halo scene around the same time
Mhm.
for a few years at least. I did, and but I kind of saw you like you weren't doing like the gaming stuff really anymore, and then I heard that you moved, and then I saw like a few years later you were like going into the acting world
Mhm.
and trying to pursue that, and it
Mhm.
seems like you've made pretty good progress over the
Mhm.
last few years.
I'm trying.
Yeah. But it was cool to see it. Yeah, I was really pumped because I made a lot of friends from those days that I've still got, and it's honestly because of the lands you ran, and then I started running them, and
Yeah, dude.
we were really the only guys that did that stuff here.
For sure, yeah. Those are some of the best days of my life.
Yeah.
Fucking playing Halos, the community, the people. Don Rizzler was part of that. He was one of my Halo old school I don't like calling it Halo 1. I call it Halo CE.
Yeah.
Halo 2 teammates and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
do you remember what do you remember when we first met though? I
do.
know it was at a Halo 2 LAN, but honestly, I had so many people coming over. Like, I honestly don't remember our very first encounter.
I was thinking about that on the way over here, and I do remember it was it was 06. I narrowed it down to the year. I can't remember exactly when, but it was 06 because it was before the last year of Halo 2, which was 07. And around mid 06, Jeremy and I got that office building that we started running LANs out of.
Oh yeah.
And then we posted about it on the MLG forums and told everybody. And then you and Brenda and I think Overshield and I don't remember who your fourth was, Evil Homer.
Oh yeah, probably
something like that. I
Yeah.
don't remember. But you guys came and you were good. And Brenda was the first time we had seen a girl play competitive Halo at that level. So it was really cool to see that. And then that was also around the time that I first started rubbing shoulders with people who were really good, like Timely's Brute, Big Timer.
like the locals and shit.
Yeah. Captain Anarchy, the guys that were here anyway,
Mhm.
that were top 16, top 8 players. And, so that was the first time I got to see guys like that play up close, really, outside of an event.
Mhm.
And so, that was cool. And then...
So our first encounter was me coming to one of your lands.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was you coming to one of... Because
Well-
my lands are usually so open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just figured that it was you coming over to my house for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, we had heard about your lands. We had never been to one. And then you guys came, and I didn't know it was you until, like, later in the day or whatever. And then after that, we started going to lands at your house, and you had been running them for a while at that point. And so you were doing it, like, at least a year or two before we were. And then, I'd say throughout, the next year or so, Halo 2, like, you were running them, I was running them. It was kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, good quality players anyway.
So what was your gaming history from, like, when you were a kid? Like, how did you start getting into video games, like, from when you were a kid until we met into Halo 2? Like, what was your evolution in your gaming systems and things like that? Because me and McClay, I mean, I mean, even Uber, I'm sure, like, we all have
Well, that was a crazy time. That time where LANs were still going on and, like, the networking stuff was starting to come in at that time.
Oh yeah, the LANs were crazy, but I'm talking about even before that, growing up with
yeah.
the Nintendo and how old were you and how did you get into gaming?
So I was 5. This would have been 1988. And birthday present that year was the Sega Master. It was a system before the Genesis.
Sega.
I was a Sega kid, yeah. I played Nintendo at friends' houses and stuff, who didn't. But yeah, we had Master, Genesis, Dreamcast, Sega CD, Sega
So you
Saturn,
never had
Sega
Nintendo?
Saturn. No, not until the 64 did we actually own one in the house.
Wow.
Like regular NES or SNES, like, played them quite a bit, because most of my friends had those, but I had the Sega, so we would play Sega at my house and Nintendo everywhere else, basically.
That's interesting you say that because I grew up with the original Nintendo and then the Super Nintendo and one of the Segas came out at the same time.
The Genesis.
And we went the Sega route. And
I went
although
the
I had
Nintendo
fun the
route.
Sega route, you were the one that got me to play fucking the Zelda game on Super Nintendo 20 fucking 10
So I got to
years
talk
later.
about that
I
real
don't
quick
know.
because a lot of people may not know this, but Zelda: A Link to the Past is my #1 video game of all time. I think that's.
I have
way
something
better.
else to say to this though too after you say this.
Well, that game, you still can play that game today, and it's a good game. You can play that game 100 times and still have fun playing it.
Okay, but can I say one thing?
Go for it.
Okay. So I don't know what year this game came out. So like about 4 or 5 years after high school, about 22, 23 years old, he had hyped this fucking game to me so much. And he's like, when you get the Master Sword in this Zelda game,
Yeah,
it
that
is
was
the
fucking
baddest
awesome.
fucking thing you've ever seen in your entire life, right? So I'm playing this game, and you probably put 80 hours fucking in before you get this goddamn Master Sword. and I was fucking thinking I was about to get my dick sucked. It was gonna be so awesome, right? All that happens is he holds a sword in the air, some fucking music plays, and some fucking text. That's it. It's like that's it. That's all that happens. It's like
Hey,
not that cool. It was like
real
what
quick.
the fuck?
I really never got into Sega or Genesis, but the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
The Dreamcast
was
is the
and
shit.
I'm trying to remember
Virtual tennis.
when we. That's right.
Oh,
you and
virtual
I.
tennis, yes.
Crazy
Me and
Taxi.
Keith
So
would
bad.
battle when we were writing rap beats for Freddie and O'Day.
Oh shit.
And
We would come over and I would smoke him.
Don't look in
on
the camera.
tennis
Don't look
Drumcast.
at the camera on that part. You see that he looked in the camera, all fucking weird.
I smoked him.
No, you
God,
didn't.
dude.
Yes, I did. I smoked him.
No, you didn't.
And there was another game too. It was like a dead game that we'd play. What was that game? It was like Dead Island or Island of the Dead or something. Smoked them at that game too.
I didn't really play anything other than Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast. By that time, I wasn't really into Sega anymore. You know, like
Yeah.
kind of moved on.
Dreamcast was one of those ones where people wanted to find years later. I
Yeah,
remember that.
I know, but
That's
it was
true.
so ahead of the fucking game when it came out. The controllers,
Yeah, the little thing.
were
You
so
the
smooth.
mini
controller.
games when you
Yeah.
pull the thing out and there's like all the little mini
Yeah.
games that you can play. Oh my
Yep.
god,
Yeah, I
Those
think
are-
Nintendo cheated on did that same thing, right?
I don't know.
With one of their.
Oh, was it on the GameCube? Maybe
I can't remember. There's
Oh.
one where it came with a little mini game and you put it in your controller, but I don't remember what that was.
Yeah,
But anyway, sorry.
No, that's all right. Everyone, it's funny because like you bring this stuff up and people are like, "No, it's all about this."
Yeah.
no, I
Like,
know.
Everyone,
That's what I yeah. I
everyone's
love it.
got
I gotta turn my
tangents,
shit
and
down.
that's why I love gaming. You know, and
I agree.
and and everyone's got kind of their own unique path that they went, throughout the years with the consoles, the games, and and like in Jeremy, obviously he and I gamed a lot growing up because he's the next brother down. So like all the co-op stuff, all the dude, like
You just
Kurt-
like constantly whoop his ass.
I did until I'd say about
Did you hear that, Leprechaun?
Yeah. My brother hates
I'd
it.
say
Anytime I bring up like Chun-Li or Liu Kang, my brother goes crazy.
He just leaves the
because-
room.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
I would just destroy him, constantly, and he'd be like, "You can't fucking play those characters anymore." It was like Odd Job on 007, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I the only time I would beat him consistently was when he wasn't quite old enough to defend himself realistically, like as a gamer. He was always good, but then like in teenage years, we both kind of turned, I'd say, a corner where he got better at me at some things, and I feel like I maybe was better than him at others, and that's true to this day. Even in games like Halo or current stuff that we play competitively, like it's. He's got his strengths, I've got mine. And it works well together. So it's great having a brother like that, coming up who just loves it. But, you can do that stuff with. After like, I'd say like the Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, right around there when the N64 was out, N64, GameCube, we kind of went the Nintendo route there for a little while. And honestly, like PlayStation 2 was the first time that I really dived into gaming and started spending some serious hours in it, and then Halo came out and changed everything, and that's pretty much been my
The
bread and butter
original
ever
Halo
since.
or Halo 2?
The original Halo.
Okay.
We obviously never played that one competitively,
Mhm.
and it's funny. I got
Did you land?
story about that. We would land it, but we would do dumb stuff, like
Oh, I
flag
did
on
too,
Gulch
yeah.
and shit like
Oh
that.
my god.
Yeah.
Well, the first me and my friends, we would do 8-on-8 Blood Gulch, but like no one would ever capture the flag, and we would just run for like 5
Yeah.
hours. The first tournament we went to, I remember it was like me and Jay, one of my buddies from work, and I don't know if maybe you were there or somebody, and fucking they grabbed the flag and scored 3 flags in like 2 minutes. We're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is like we got to get
Yeah.
serious about this. Like what the fuck? But
Yep.
but
Absolutely.
I like that land. That was a good level.
yeah, what?
The bulge or whatever it was.
The
Blood Gulch. Blood Gulch. Yeah.
Bulge Gulch.
They've remade that map in every Halo ever since. It's
Really?
been made like 6 times. It's funny.
But what were you gonna say about you said you had a story
Oh, what did I
for
say?
Halo 1?
Oh
Or
yeah, for Halo
CD?
1, yeah. Like we obviously put a ton of hours into it, but it wasn't until Halo 2 that we, started looking into the competitive scene and getting serious
Mhm.
about, going to tournaments and stuff. So like Halo, like CE was it was that title that we had a lot of fun with. We bought, TVs for it. We bought extra Xboxes for it so that we could get 16 people on 4 screens and
Mhm.
just go crazy. And looking back, it was great, but I really wish we had tried competitive settings because now, like, I know the game pretty well now for competitive,
Mhm.
like forcing spawns, button glitches, all that crap. That's muscle memory. But, really understanding it. CE's got the deepest level
Oh my
of
god,
just like
dude.
the little things that you can do, and then you've got 4 or 5 things that you can predict, and after that. I don't know if you ever heard about the Winter Wonderland that the ogres would do in the off season every year, back like when Halo 2 was still on the circuit, and it would be like,
I know about the Wonderlands.
yeah, I got to go to that this year.
Oh wow,
And
they still do it?
yeah, so they do it up in
Holy shit.
yeah, they did it up in Utah this year, and yeah, Sundance was there. Chris Puckett was there. I went with Walshy. Walshy's actually a good friend of mine now.
Damn, dude.
And,
I was going to ask what happened to that because I remember that team was. I remember that they were like superstars back
Well,
then.
that's
and-
what this shirt is.
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
So
That's
I was
from
gonna
the old
ask,
days, right there.
That's what I was asking about. Are you because when I was doing some research and shit, like, are you on that team now, or how does that work? Are you?
So I don't compete for them.
Mhm.
My wife and I are on the stream team.
Mhm.
So about 3 or 4 years ago, Tom T Squared,
Mhm.
he kind of rebirthed it as a content creation team, kind of like you see these YouTuber teams, like you see Optic or FaZe, or these bigger names that they go to tournaments and they do well, but they also are really well known on social media. They're pumping out videos, they're streaming, they do it all. And I told Tom years back, like when I started hanging out with him on a fairly regular basis, just going to the the events and stuff, I was like, you just need to rebirth Straight as a full-blown stream team
Mhm.
and just get some
Because
good
it's a
streamers.
brand and fucking
Yes,
people love it.
Still
Yeah,
have
why
a
not?
pro team and everything, and go to events, but like grow the brand, and because it's such a recognizable name in the scene, and lots of
All
people
those,
remember
dude.
it.
I don't know
and-
to anyone else, but to me, Final Boss, Straight, all those
Mm-hmm.
fucking names, dude, will always have a place. That
Yeah.
where I'm just.
Yeah,
I don't
they're-
know, that was a part of my life where I made
no.
him. He lived with me, so I'd made
I
him
didn't.
watch
I didn't even play
on the
game.
USA Network
Yeah.
and all that shit. Like,
So I didn't even.
I was watching the ogre videos, dude. Like when it was home cams and shit, and like you had to be
Mhm.
lucky to get a clip or whatever. When now it's Twitch and you just sign in and watch
Yeah.
anyone. You know what I mean? So it's amazing seeing the evolution of people wanting to watch better people play video games so
Yes,
they can know the
that's probably
strategies.
the dominant thing on.
And the evolution of bringing your own TVs to the lands and the tournaments. I brought my own TV to my fucking first MLG tournament, dude, to Houston and shit. To where it is now, where there's arenas, there's fucking crowds.
You could put a monitor
you
under
can
your
host.
arm. It's like a fucking folder.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I got a taste of that when we went to that old CE land because they ran it on old boxes. It was legit. They had 100-pound CRT TVs they were hauling in there. Like I'm like, oh my god, I forgot.
I know how
heavy
bad
these
your
things
back
are.
hurts and shit. Oh my god.
3 people had to carry one of
I
them.
think that's why my back's all fucked up.
I wouldn't be surprised because I can see
Not-
those
'cause
style
not just that, but
TVs that
sitting
everybody
like this.
bring
I used to
in.
sit like this. Like,
you had to earn
Yes.
the gameplay, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you had-
remember
it
band
was like
practice.
moving.
He'd kick us out. Get out. Get
Yep.
out.
I got a
I got
raid.
people over.
Or I may
I got
got
people
Halo
over.
was
Get
way
out.
more. Halo
Get out.
was
Got
way
people
more
over.
important.
Yep.
But I do have a story though. When you were talking about how you went to Houston for gaming, he got arrested at the airport.
Yes, great fucking story.
Has
Let's
nothing
hear
to
it.
do with
Tell us
gaming.
now.
Let's
Obit.
hear it. Such a good story.
Well, I brought in a prohibited weapon on an airplane before I got to the airplane. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, and he was supposed to come
Keep going.
home. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I was on it was one of my very first Halo tournaments.
be
It was
shy,
in
fool.
Houston, and it
So
was
Halo 2?
No, it was Halo 1, Halo C,
Okay.
and it was MLG, and it was me, Golden Rhino, like 2 Golden Rhino friends. Anyway, we drove to Houston, which was fucking
Yeah,
forever.
that's a drive.
Okay.
It is far.
And then I was gonna fly back so I can get to work back in time because it was like a 3-day tournament or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
And at the same time, this was the very first tournament that my sister was going to,
Mhm.
and my sister had met all these female gamers online and stuff. And my dad was really fucking weirded out by it. So he was like, my dad was like, I'm going to this because like who are all these people you're meeting? Like, because at that time it was really weird.
Yeah, it was pretty
This is
underground
like
back then.
2005.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, we drive there, and I'm like, you know who gave me this fucking weapon is like Freddy or O'Day or whatever, but it's an asp. Do you know what an asp is?
It's like a thing you whip out. The metal
Yeah, it's
thing
like
you
a
whip
handle, and then you pull it out,
Oh.
and there's a spring. So
Okay.
if you go to hit somebody, it goes back and it just fucks them up. They're illegal as
Yeah.
fuck. I don't know
Yeah.
if they are now, but they were at the time.
out. No, they
So-
still are. You can't bring them on a plane.
No.
I didn't try to bring it on a plane. Listen to the story, goddamn fucking shit. So anyway, I was like, oh, I'll bring this for protection. I don't know. I'm young, whatever. So I put it in my backpack. I had carry-on for my flight, and then I had another bag with all my clothes and all that other shit, right? So we drove to the venue, got destroyed, got raped, blah blah blah. It's a whole other story. We actually got destroyed by T2. I remember
Oh,
playing
really?
Battle Creek, fucking him just going, these guys suck. Like, cause and I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was.
I just drove fucking 25 hours for this. But anyway, that's not even the worst part of the story. So while we were in the hotel, you know, I'm already an alcoholic at this time.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing with my
all-
life?
No, no.
In
I'm clearly
Houston.
not thinking straight.
Exactly.
Right?
During that time, I was clearly an alcoholic. But all my Halo teammates were like, oh, this weapon, they're cool, blah, blah, blah. I'm blaming it on my teammates. Instead of putting it back onto my carry-on, because I had luggage that went with them that was driving back, and then I had my backpack. I had no intention for that weapon to be in the backpack. It was in my luggage the entire time. And somehow it got in the backpack. I swear to God, I never put it in that motherfucker. Don't laugh, you son of a bitch. Anyway, so I'm going through the airport, Houston airport, and my backpack goes through, and they fucking
They snag it.
They
Yeah.
tackle him.
Guess the first 4 things they pull out, Zach.
Let's
Just
see.
take a guess.
Let's see.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
Marijuana.
No.
His suppository.
No.
Oh,
Big pink dildo. Can of lube.
Four-
And a Halo
No.
disc. And a CE disc.
4 Duke controllers.
Why do you could
Do you know what Duke controllers
Yeah, they're
are?
the old school ones, right?
Yeah, the very
Yeah.
old
I'm
school-
surprised that it weighed less than the limit, which is like 50 pounds. Those fucking
I know,
brick
but
controllers like
Xbox
this big.
came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like
talking
bowling
about.
Yeah, the
balls.
big
But,
ones.
but
yeah.
then when they
Yeah, the big
released the Xbox in like Japan, they had to come out with smaller controllers. And then for some reason they adapted that same policy in America, and then they outed the Duke, which the Duke is to me the most ergonomically best controller of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I do
Anyway.
like it. Is that after John Wayne, the Duke, or
Yeah, what is that from?
I don't know why they call it the Duke.
I don't either.
But
But
anyway.
it could be. It's really, it's a big fucking controller.
Yeah, so after the 4th Duke, he fucking pulls out the asp. And he fucking looks at it and he just goes. And then I swear to God, and then he walks straight to the telephone and he calls the district attorney. And he goes, I mean, it's
This is
terrible.
like not too long after 9/11, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's-
this is like,
It's
yeah,
like a
this is
few
right
years
after 9/11.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's serious biz. Serious biz.
So he's on the phone and shit, and he's like this, and then he gets off the phone, then he gets like with 2 other dudes, and they're like,
His ass is grabbed.
I'm just like, motherfucker. And then he comes around and he goes, you're under arrest for fucking blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck?
They didn't even talk to you first? They
No, he just started putting the handcuffs on me.
It was
Wow.
no. it
As
was
this
no,
is happening,
yeah.
dude, my sister's Halo team is walking by, and my dad, because they're on like the same flight, like the like
dad.
not the same flight, but the same area, and we're like going the same,
Poor Gary.
Yeah. My sister just starts fucking crying, and this is like her first event, and all our Halo teammates are like, "What the fuck?" And I'm just like in handcuffs. You know what I mean? And anyway, that's a whole other story about 2 days and being a Houston jail, people I met in there.
Didn't you call me
All
from
because
the
of
phone?
Halo.
I think you called me from the jail.
All
Fuck
because
you, Don
of Halo.
Rizze. Don't laugh.
Yeah, I think you called me from the jail.
No,
Did they actually
I
prosecute
don't waste
you or
25 cents
anything?
on that.
It's-
So what happened was, for a whole year, I thought I had I was gonna have a felony charge,
Mhm.
and I was gonna have to fly back for a court date. So I paid money. I paid like $3,000 for a attorney and all this shit.
Jesus.
And then about a year later, I got a phone call, and all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna drop the charges." And like after this whole year, dude, this whole weight went off my shoulders. Like, oh my god. And that $3,000 I spent on the attorney, he didn't do fucking shit. But
Oh,
I
of
didn't
course not.
care. I didn't
Yeah.
care because I was just like,
You
this
were
is off
out.
my
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have to go to Houston back and forth.
Man.
And then like, what if I get charged? Am I gonna do jail in Texas? Houston is the most ghettoest fucking city in one in the country.
It's
bro.
not nice.
It
Yeah.
is. I have the craziest stories. I'm not gonna tell them right now, but just being in jail for 2 days. You know what I mean? But yeah, all because of fucking Halo.
All because
Anyway,
of Halo. Yeah.
Jeez.
All because of MLG and Halo.
Fuck
I
you.
can't
can't
believe.
believe-
Well, hold
MLG.
on. You know what? It's really cool that you guys are talking about this because I mean, there's people that know about it, a lot of people, but some of the people that might not know about it.
MLG
Yeah. Did MLG kind of get its start on Halo, or was there
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it started
Fuck
with Halo CE.
Banked off of it.
was there any other? For some reason, I remember there
Smash
being
Brothers.
That's what it was. Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Smash ran with
Not
Halo
as
2.
big, but
Yeah, it had a pretty decent side scene. Then I'd say about 06, 07, they really started bringing in other games. They had Shadowrun at the end of Halo 2.
oh yeah, Shadowrun.
They started running Gears of War tournaments. Call of Duty. They even did WoW PvP for a while.
They did League of Legends, right?
I remember that.
Or-
Yeah, I didn't really follow MLG from about 2011, 2012ish.
So there's another like a league or something, or did that just kind of fall out?
Well, so what happened is like Halo 2 and Halo 3 were just up there. I mean, it just
Crazy.
forged the new path of North American competitive gaming. Really.
I remember seeing an article about the Ogres and Walshy and some major
All
thing.
those guys have
talking-
a pivotal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking about being like
where it's at
the
now.
Michael Jordan of gaming,
Yeah.
and this. And I was like, holy
Really?
shit!
Yeah.
It's
I used-
true.
that's I didn't even play Halo, and I remember hearing about the Ogres and Final Boss and stuff. Yeah, you played a lot, but you could see that shit on your own without even having an idea. They were really propping it up. ESPN had bought MLG to if I remember correctly,
Really?
didn't they?
They partnered with MLG to do like a Saturday night segment
Yes.
for their tournaments, which was
Yes.
like going into Championship Sunday.
Yeah.
And they did that in Halo 3 for a while, and that was when it was pretty much at the peak. Like T-Squared was on Dr. Pepper bottles. It
Yes.
was,
I remember
it was
that.
huge.
Yes.
And you know,
well, here's real quick. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you again. I remember one of the coolest things I remember at the time is there was this like Celtics versus the Lakers thing with T-Squared's team, right? What was T-Squared's team?
straight ripping.
Straight ripping.
Wasn't there some like these two teams hated each other? One
Yeah,
dude,
him and the fucking Ogres for sure.
right?
Final Boss,
Straight
right?
ripping and Final Boss and Carbon. The three of them
Yes, and it
like
was-
took turns hating each other the most, kind of thing.
but that
Like
straight
physical
ripping.
fighting?
No,
No,
I never
no,
got
no,
that.
no,
Not
no.
at the pro level. That kind of stuff never happened. But
Yeah, was and it was always like straight ripping was kind of like on the edge and couldn't get over Final Boss those first couple of years, if I remember right.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then something happened to where that Final Boss team broke up.
yeah. Halo 3 happened.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah, Halo 3 happened, and then that game, you know, Tom T-Squared and the rest of Straight
Well,
Rippin'.
didn't one of the Ogres retire at Halo 3?
After a year, Ogre
Okay.
1 retired at
We're
the
30
end of-
minutes in? Okay.
Yeah, Ogre 1 retired at the end of 08 after a year that was obviously not like he was used to. And, you know, because they won the very first Halo 3 event. I remember I was there at Meadowlands in 08, in early 08. And everyone thought Straight was going to win because there was about 4 or 5 months between Halo 3 coming out at the end of 07 and that first event. I think it was in April of 08.
Mhm.
And they did the game battles online ladder as a pre-qualifier because all the previous stuff was Halo 2. So they kind of had to start over with placements and points. And everyone thought Straight was just going to come in and wipe everyone because they destroyed all the other teams online. And they were just, the game just worked for that squad.
Mhm.
It was the same 4 guys they had at the end of Halo 2. It was T-Squared, Legit, Neighbor, and Elamite Warrior. And they were all really good. And then Halo 3 came out and it's like they all got better. It was crazy. But that first year of Halo 3, 08, Straight didn't win. Final Boss actually won that event.
We just charged that.
And then, you know, it was kind of weird. Like they won it, but it was almost like the teams that were predicted to do well just had kind of an off
On
event or
Halo
something.
3?
Yeah, in Halo
For
3.
the very first
For
event?
the very first
That
event.
always kind of happens
And-
with the first event, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up,
Mhm.
and you don't really know what's going to happen, and the pros don't really know what the other teams are going to do
And,
yet.
and the other thing
and-
is, too, is sometimes there's, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but Halo 2 tournament still going on where that they're, you know, they're still practicing for, wasn't there? I could have sworn.
there was one event, the very last Halo 2 event in Vegas. Halo 3 had already been out for a few weeks,
Oh,
so some
okay.
people had kind of like, you know, it's not worth playing in this. Ogres are going to win. You know, who cares? So that was one event where there was kind of 2 Halos at the same time, but
Mhm.
other than that, I don't think that's ever happened. But after that first event, it kind of shocked everyone that Final Boss won because no one saw that coming. They're obviously a great team. They're a great team, but they struggled a little bit online. And anyway, they won that event. And then the event after that, I think they got 3rd, which was the first time they didn't win an event or get 2nd in like
remember
a
that.
long time. And then at the event after that, I think they got 5th. And then they dropped Walshy.
Yeah,
And
I remember that.
I remember
Oh,
that.
shit.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I not charge? It's all good. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, and so it's like as soon as that happened, you know, like after the first event or two, it's like Straight Rippin' just
What if we open the? I'm sorry, dude. What if
No,
we
it's
open the
okay.
window? Would that help?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
keep
sorry,
that
dude.
thought because this is cool. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry, bro.
No, it's
This
okay.
is part of my new process of figuring out the podcast. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
all
we have
good.
Andrew here.
Thank you, Andrew.
you got people to do this stuff. That's more effort than
Fuck.
most people who are established and been doing this for a while do. You
Andrew
know,
saved
like,
our ass quite a bit.
Dude, I don't
so,
know
Yeah,
what
it's
I'd
good
do.
to have people here to
I
worry
owe
about this
Andrew,
stuff.
I owe Andrew so much.
yeah.
But I'm sorry, what were you saying though?
Maybe we could tuck it up there in the top.
So kind of with what you were saying, but one of my questions is what happened to MLG, and even with the ogre. So I know you're saying Halo 2 and Halo 3 had a big, huge part where their gaming is what I know. I mean, Halo CE did too, just behind the scenes to get to where Halo, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, to where Halo 2 is at.
Mhm.
But what happened to MLG like over the years?
Reach.
I know they sold it, and was it the selling of Bungie to 343 and the games getting shittier? Because honestly, to be completely honest with you, I didn't get competitive with Halo 3. I landed a little bit,
Mhm.
but I didn't really follow afterwards either. So I was kind of wondering, and I know they sold MLG and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
what was the evolution of Halo and MLG and all that shit with everybody?
So coming out of Halo 3, things were steaming at full throttle. It was going great. It had been going great for a while. They had big sponsors. It was fantastic. Reach comes out, and everyone knew that Reach was going to be the last Halo that Bungie made because it was the final game of their contract with Microsoft, and they had openly stated plenty of times that they wanted to out and go do other stuff. They wanted to make a more PvE style game. That's why they went and started making Destiny. So Reach came out, and I feel like they did a great job with the campaign. That's probably the best Halo campaign out of all of them, and a lot of people agree. But it's by far the worst multiplayer.
for sure.
It's terrible, and it's because there were things that were just staple mechanics that were randomized, like the bloom on the DMR and just like the armor abilities and just dumb shit, derpy stuff. And Reach comes out, and just right away, everyone can tell it's like this game is too random.
The community.
You could not predict to save your life who was going to win an event, and that's because the game was so random. You'd hit your shots perfectly, but the balloon would punish you sometimes and reward you other times. It was random. Anything random in a competitive environment is bad. And
Did they have tournaments for that game?
they had tournaments for about a year,
And they just realized it was
and
like,
then just kind of dropped off. You can keep in mind this is like 2010, 2011, and Call of Duty is just flying up at this time. And other games are getting big, and the competitive, like esports, is just starting to really breathe some life and get really big. And it's not just all about Halo anymore. And I think MLG kind of noticed that, and they saw right away that, okay, Bungie kind of missed with this one from a multiplayer standpoint. And it's probably because they had one foot out the door at Microsoft already, and they just didn't, fuck it. The 9 maps that shipped with Reach were all splices from the campaign. That's how lazy it
So
was.
you think that
And
they were kind of already on their way out and just gonna give a kind of
it's half that, and it's half the fact that Bungie fucking hates competitive gaming. You remember those guys would show up to MLG events, and people just shit on them. Like
yeah.
they would give them crap. They hated their guts. The Bungie forums were littered with like competitive players would come in there and be like, "Hey, you need to change this," or "Hey, you need to do that," and they would like ban those people. They never liked the competitive side of their game. They loved it when it started taking off, but I just feel like Bungie, they wanted kind of a nerdy fantasy experience. They didn't want to make some hardcore polished multiplayer game that, like they just never were really fans of the 10% of players from MLG that took the game seriously
sure.
and tore at the soft belly of everyone else.
If you want me to be completely honest, the greatness of Halo 1 or Halo CE is an accident. I think the Bungie staff at the time was 30, 40 people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the maps and everything, like, they're amazing, but I don't think they, like, thought the genius of what it is.
Yeah.
Does that make
The
sense?
best things about the game are the glitches and the things
Yeah.
that are
So-
exploitable. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the greatness of the Halo CE multiplayer on accident, and then when Halo 2 came out, they just started thinking about it more. And yeah, it was better then, but then every game they just started trying to think about it more and more and more and more
Yeah.
and more and more and more. And now they're like, I don't know, like thousands of people deep, I'm sure, with people, getting involved
Yeah.
in the game and stuff like that. So Halo CE was a fucking accident.
Yeah.
With
it
the
was a
what I mean,
beautiful
with the
glitch, yeah.
timing of the power-ups and
Mhm.
all the glitches, but the glitches make the game what it is. It's like a chess match. You know what I mean? I didn't fucking find out about Quick Cam, dude, till a month before Halo 2 came out, dude, from one of my nerdy friends named Mighty. I don't know if you know
Yeah, I
Mighty.
remember Mighty. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like, and I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell anybody? What the fuck? And it was like
"Ah,
one
I
of the
kept
bad.
that one to myself.
Yeah, like everybody did. Like only the top dogs kept certain shit to themselves. You know what I mean? And it was just a crazy time of I don't know.
Yeah, Halo CE and Halo 2 both kind of had this thing where these glitches ended up in the game, button glitches and stuff that weren't supposed to be there, but thankfully increased the skill gap.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason that happened is because Bungie just was scrambling in those final weeks to get the game out. And
Especially
finish
with
it.
Halo 2.
Yeah, Halo CE and 2 both just had like this 6 to 8 week period that they had set aside to like polish the game and test for bugs, glitches, and clean all that stuff out of the game. And it came down to the wire with both those titles where they just had to ship it, and they just didn't have time to do that. So these things made it into the game, and thankfully they just made it more competitive. But that's why you see from like Halo 3 on that stuff like that really isn't in there. And
Beautiful disaster. Right?
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Halo 2 was like a first-person shooter with like fighter button combos. Like that's it was crazy, and it was cool too because in 2005 that was the first year people didn't really know about this stuff. Plus, it wasn't until 6 months after Halo 2 came out that they did that massive update that changed all the weapons in the melee. So you couldn't BXR or BXB people when the game first came out. So we got almost a year of competitive play without that stuff. And then all of a sudden, 06, 07, it's like totally different. You play the game totally different. And, so I kind of miss that. I kind of miss those accidents that would make it in there. And you learn them to your advantage. Like double shotting in Halo 2 is not easy.
Fuck no.
And if you fuck
I have
it
like
up, you're
3
dead.
recorded double shots, and those are my sickest clips ever.
Yeah,
And I've tried probably about 3,000 times doing it.
Yeah, you'd see people do it, and it's sort of a
I did
Hail
it to
Mary.
fucking Dustin.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that stuff. That's when, I was kind of on the edge. And as soon as that stuff showed up and how crazy everything got, I was like, I don't even want to learn how to do this stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
Well, Bungie and the people that didn't play the game competitively, which was like 90% of the population,
exactly.
fucking hated that shit.
Yeah,
There was a time on the Bungie forums where Bungie employees said, if you see someone BXRing in matchmaking, report them.
Really?
Yeah.
Unreal. That is unreal.
And that's how much they hated this stuff. And so that's why
I didn't know that. Damn.
That's why they went and left Microsoft. That's why they went and buddied up with Activision, who they've just broke off with. Actually.
I just saw that. Yeah.
I know, that's crazy.
And they started making Destiny, which is a PvE heavy game with a great multiplayer build. They're still Bungie, and they can still make the shit out of a multiplayer shooter. But you'll notice in Destiny 1, you couldn't even play custom games until the final update 2.5 years after the game came out, and they had moved on to Destiny 2. They do not want Destiny to be a tournament game. That's why it hasn't been. They don't want to do that shit again. They hate. Competitive Halo put such a bad taste in their mouth.
I don't understand why they're like that, because that's what makes the game live on. There's tournaments for fucking Halo C2 and 3 right now. Those games came out 20 fucking years ago. Like, why would you? That should be like the main fucking element. I thought there was a time where they were bringing in Halo pros to make the maps.
343 does that, yeah.
Oh, 343.
Bungie doesn't. So,
yeah, but Halo 5, I mean, that was one of the questions I had is because, well, I'll get into that in a little bit, but because I just got an Xbox One, I'm getting ready to get it back into gaming and shit like that. I actually just played Halo 5 and the campaign on that and shit, but you can tell it's totally different. It's not Bungie, you know what I mean?
It's different, and I understand the need that they had to make Halo evolve a little bit to keep up with other games. That's why the movement is so much more complex.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest, after 3 years of really heavy hours into H5 and going to events and stuff for it, it's my favorite one since Halo 2. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's a good game.
My opinion's off literally the last 3 weeks. I only played the campaign. I just wasn't impressed with the game. I played probably 3 games on matchmaking. It actually takes like a long time to find people.
Population's gone now, yeah.
Yeah, so my opinion's just off the campaign. I wasn't impressed with the campaign as much, but
yeah,
I never landed Halo 5. Like I said, I played 3 online games. That was it.
Yeah, it's particularly good online. It was designed. It's the first Halo that sits on dedicated servers, and the connection quality for online games is like it's really good. It feels like almost LAN, and I like the game a lot. And a lot of people did, and it had that all those extra things like you can sprint, slide, clamber edges, you have a thruster, ground pound, all these things that go into the movement. And a lot of people said, oh, it's going to randomize it too much, it's going to do what Reach did. Not at all. The same team won all 3 years. These guys, the same 4 guys, and that's because it's a consistent game with hit scan guns. There's no projectile bullshit.
That's what I love
you
about
hit,
Halo,
you hit, you miss, you
consistency
miss.
of the
Yeah,
shots and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit, you miss, you miss, and that's the way it needs to be. And so I'm excited for Infinite. I trust 343 a lot. I like what they're doing with the game, and ever since they took over, about a year after Reach came out, they took over. First thing they did was take the bloom off the DMR for us. That was the first thing 343 did to Halo, And so I just feel like everything they've done since they took
So
over.
for people who
has
don't
been
know,
good.
can you explain what that even means?
So
Taking the bloom off.
in Halo
I know
2,
Oompa does. He's like, what the fuck?
I'm
You're not even listening, are you?
so
I'm trying to catch up.
this is a crash course in nerdy Halo knowledge. So
While you say this, I
No,
gotta
this
pee
is
really
super
quick.
interesting
This-
though, because
I
this
know this, so I'm gonna pee. But if you can explain
Yeah.
this, really
sure,
quick
yeah.
to McClure.
So Halo 2 and Halo 3, the flagship gun was the battle rifle, which shot a 3-round burst, right?
Yes.
In Halo 2, it was a hit scan weapon, which means you fire it, and the moment you fire it, it instantly registers in the farthest point of the map from you, so that there's no travel time.
Yeah,
you don't,
That's
it's
weird
just-
because you can't lead or anything, right?
Yeah, so if you had like a bad connection, you'd lead a little bit if you're off host, because obviously there's a delay in it
yeah.
responding. But yeah, more or less, it just instantly connects to whatever's in front of you, and it's like a laser pointer. In Halo 3, it's still a battle rifle, and it's the same type of gun. But Bungie took this gun and they turned it into projectile, where each of the 3 bullets like has its own line of code kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it has travel time factored in, so you have to lead your shots. And you
Yeah.
know, like I called it the magic wand because you just kind of wave it at people. You know,
Really,
like,
it was that.
you were never
It was that off.
you're never shooting directly at someone unless they're right in front of you. You're leading it to the side or
Yes,
whatever it was. So in Halo Reach, they moved away from the battle rifle. It's not in Reach. They moved to the
And that was
DMR.
the weapon, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
That was. I mean, you guys were all trying to get, the sniper rifle or the rockets or stuff, but the
battle rifle was it was the flagship gun, yeah,
Yes.
and it had been for like a long time.
yes.
And then Reach comes out, and all of a sudden it's a single shot rifle. So it's real similar to the battle rifle, but single shot, which is a different dynamic. It's a little less
Yeah.
forgiving and
Yeah, and what you
Um,
were talking about earlier about I forget how you put it, but saying that there's like combo. It was a game with the
yeah,
combo.
Halo 2 had the button glitches with
Yeah, the button
like a
glitch.
melee and
Yes.
yeah.
And you're also kind of doing that. Are you still kind of doing that at all with any of that stuff with like the double shots and stuff at this point, or is that all out of this? You aren't doing any of those button glitches on Halo 3.
Well, Halo 3 didn't really have any button glitches. It was
Okay.
pretty clean glitch wise. They did
Okay.
a good job polishing the
Yeah,
game.
because the reason I'm saying that is if you're so used to shooting a certain way for so long and they change it.
Yeah, they changed it. You had to adapt.
Yeah.
And plus, Halo 2 to Halo 3 meant we went from TVs to HD widescreens, and that threw everyone off a little bit because the aspect ratio is different.
Yes.
And so there's, little things, and you have to adapt, and that's the way it goes. But when Reach came out, Bungie went back to hit scan. You know, they didn't make it a projectile gun like the Halo 3 BR, but they put a bloom on it. And it was this little thing, you'd see it pop when you shoot it, and it'd get bigger and bigger the faster you fired. The faster you fire, the more random it is. So you
That's kind of idiotic.
yeah, you could miss shots even though your reticle is right on their head if you're firing the gun too fast. And sometimes it would happen, sometimes it wouldn't. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
How
that-
fast did they find that out when they introduced the game?
we knew in the beta. I
Oh,
hated
wow.
Reach in the beta like
Wow.
4 months before it came out. I was
If that was known in the beta and they didn't take it out, they really
Yeah, but the
hate
thing
it.
is,
I-
McClay, they don't care. Like sometimes they put the game out when it's not even ready. I remember Halo 2 was put out and it wasn't even ready.
yeah,
and
it
then,
still had work to be done on it.
yeah,
but
like
I could tell you the moment that I knew Reach was going to fail, and it was in the beta. I was on a map called Sword Base, which is like a 3-story level with a big open space in the middle. I was on the second platform, looking up at a guy on the third platform across from me, and I had the sniper rifle, and he jumped down to me, and he was one shot. Okay, he was one shot, and I had the sniper out, and I no-scoped him perfectly. The reticle was right here, but the bloom popped out just enough where the shot went between his legs, and he fucking killed me. And I'm like, this game's screwed. Like, Ogre 2 is going to do the exact same thing I just did,
every time.
and he's going to lose the fight for no good reason. And
that sucks.
they
So
took...
did Halo Reach kill MLG?
Oh, absolutely. Well, it killed MLG Halo for sure.
I know, but MLG was Halo. come
at
on.
that point,
It
they had other
adapted.
games, though.
Yeah, it
So
adapted to that.
I feel
point.
like they kind of felt like they had to put the dog down and then move on to other stuff, you know, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
what they
yeah.
did. And and then Halo 4 was a step back in the right direction, but by then it was just like, it was like deathbed repentance for fixing the franchise. And so 343 really like buckled down and made Halo 5 for the next gen Xbox One, and they just, kind of moved past it. And since then, and Microsoft got behind it. So MLG wasn't running tournaments for Halo 5. That's Microsoft doing that. And MLG's recently started doing Halo again. They did some H5 events over the
That's
last
why
year.
I bought an Xbox One, dude.
Yeah.
Because I saw them, because I follow you on Twitter and
Yeah.
everyone else, and I started seeing clips. I'm like, dude, I gotta play Halo again.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, so
but I'm
it's
scared.
it's in a good it's in a good place now. It's not as big as it was 10 years ago, but
No, I
it's in a
know,
good place
but
now.
it's in the perfect spot where it's all the same names I recognize. It's fun. It's fun seeing people
It'll
post
suck
clips.
you back in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like I started playing again, and it was just like, wow, I miss first person shooters so much. Like,
Yeah.
but there's no other first person like Halo to me. When I go to other ones, I mean, I'll have fun and stuff, but I'll never have as much fun as I did with Halo.
Yeah.
I don't ever think. I don't know. Unless that's another question I have is maybe you can change my mind is games like what are on Xbox One or things out now since I'm getting back into gaming that are badass that are you're playing.
So I'm a huge fan of Titanfall. The studio that makes that made Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and then they had this huge falling out with Activision over Activision basically trying to hold their Modern Warfare 2 sales money hostage until they made Modern Warfare 3 because this studio, they were Activision they were Infinity Ward at the time, and after Modern Warfare 2, they wanted to go slightly adapt the model and basically make Titanfall with mechs and stuff. And Activision just crank out Modern Warfare 3, and they got into a big tussle, and they left, went to EA, and they started making Titanfall, and that's a fucking great game. That is a natural stomping ground.
The OG
for
one,
anyone that
the first one, and the second one.
Second one's better, but they're both good. They're both
So
amazing.
I should get both of those.
Yeah, definitely the second one for sure.
Okay.
Get the second one, and yeah, it's a stomping ground for anyone that played competitive Halo. It's amazing, fantastic game.
And then if you can explain, I kind of know their third game, which just came out recently, which isn't Titanfall, but it's in the same universe, right?
It's the lore. Yeah, the lore is the same, but the game plays obviously totally
Is that
different than
that
Titanfall.
Apex
That's
game?
Apex
Yeah.
Legends.
Apex.
And they're on top
Yeah.
of the world right now. They're killing it.
That almost looks like a
just dropped that out of
Halo
nowhere.
meets Iron Man type thing, right? Because like I see that whole suit type thing where it's not a huge mech, but
I think you're thinking of Anthem.
okay,
actually.
is that what I'm thinking
yeah,
of?
That's
Okay.
Anthem. Yeah.
Okay.
That just came out too, and I've been playing that as well. That's also really good. BioWare made that.
Yeah,
There's
I saw a
guys that
preview
made,
for that.
BioWare.
Yeah.
Mass
They made
Effect. They made Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect.
BioShock. Who made BioShock?
Um,
Remember that game?
Yeah, I remember
different
that
studio.
game,
I can't think of their name.
Never
but,
mind.
But yeah, no, Apex is a battle royale. It's like like Fortnite or
Yeah,
Blackout
PUBG.
or PUBG. Yeah, but it's class based. It's kind of like they took Overwatch and combined it with a battle royale.
So you
And no one's really
got
done that before.
tanks and you've got healers type thing. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
but the class abilities are so subtle. It's still a
Okay.
shooter first and a class game
I was about
second.
to say,
Overwatch
yeah.
is kind of the other way around, where like you rely on the abilities, but
Yeah.
there is some shooting. Where Apex is a shooter, but there's abilities that can move one fight one way or the other, or whatever.
So I
it
should
is.
get these games or what?
Apex is free.
Yeah.
It's free to
I
play.
know, but like they're worth playing.
Oh yeah, Titanfall 2 has a
I
campaign.
have as I was like actually explaining this to you on the walk up here, my addiction, and especially to video games. Like I can't just do anything. Like if I play a video game, I'm afraid I don't want to start traveling the country again, so I'm limited. So is Apex worth playing in my limited time? Like I only have a few games to choose right now. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would. I'm playing the shit out of it.
I'm gonna get Titanfall 2 for sure.
Titanfall 2 is great, yeah, and it's still got a pretty diehard community attached to it. You can go in and find games still and stuff, and now it's going to see more people because all the attention Apex is bringing. But yeah, I would say Apex is probably the game that most of the people are going to be playing. Like, there's a lot of retired Halo pros like Ogre 2, Ogre 1, Snipe Down.
I've seen some clips of them posted on Twitter.
They're going onto PC with a controller and shitting on everybody. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
Wait.
I was about to ask how that works because
Wait, say that
Yeah.
again. They're on PC doing it.
Yeah, so I have it on PC and Xbox. They're going to turn on cross-platform pretty soon.
But
But-
PC has the advantage. I would say so with the mouse.
In certain
like,
situations, yeah. But if you've got someone that's
unless you're playing old school Wall Street style where your fingers
You're
are all
clawing,
fucking, like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah.
Because
claw.
your thumb has to come off the joystick to hit
Yeah.
buttons. You know what I mean?
I,
don't know.
I
To me,
play.
that's a-
I claw all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You gotta got carpal tunnel like a motherfucker.
The controller's got smaller. The one
Yeah.
controller, it's smaller than the old S.
The
you
word
know, like-
joystick cracks me up because you get joy out of playing a game,
Mm.
Yeah.
but they call it a joystick. It's so hilarious.
I like when people call it a joypad.
Joystick.
Mark that. One of the things that kind of blew me away standing on the outside is how fast those battle royale games blew up. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
PUBG didn't feel like it was out a year until like Fortnite came out and there was other companies trying the same type of thing. PUBG, all of a sudden I started hearing about PUBG, and the next thing I know, like a month later, everybody's talking about this other game, and it's the same type of gameplay. And
Oh yeah.
and was PUBG the first one to try that type of battle royale?
H1Z1 was before them,
Oh, yeah.
and I feel like there was a DayZ was before H1Z1, where it's just it's
Yeah, yeah.
survival kind of
Yeah,
last
yeah,
man standing kind of thing. So the games have just been getting more and more polished. Those first few, like DayZ, H1Z1, even PUBG, those were small studios when they cranked those out.
Yes, because I remember even at the time that game was at its height, even the studio was still putting stuff into the game. They felt like it was really still
like,
raw.
It was like a dozen people.
Yeah.
And they were what you would call an indie studio. And it wasn't until Fortnite where a major player really dropped one. And
So this is something I've been thinking about for a while, and I really don't have anybody to ask. Is when Fortnite came out, did it totally kill PUBG? Are the people that did PUBG, are they out of the game? What's
No.
going on? Because
that's a funny story, because Fortnite wasn't originally Battle Royale. It came out, I think, I want to say September or August of 2017, so it's like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it was a wave mode tower defense style game where like zombies would come at you and stuff. And I played it when it came out, and and it was cool. It was fun. You could tell a lot of time went into it, but it didn't really take off. And after a few months, it was just all but dead. But it had this building mechanic in it, kind of like Minecraft. And so they took like the story goes anyway at Epic. They had however many people that built Fortnite, 60 to 100 people, let's say. And they had like this secret team of like 5 or 6 guys. They're like, hey, what if we just turn this into a battle royale? Like, what if we put a mode in there for that? Real simple. There's building. There's a few guns, because in the PvE mode, there's like all kinds of guns with different passives and abilities. Yeah, they pick like 5 basic guns. They go into this big map and they give you abilities to build, and it just explodes. And Ninja was obviously a big part of that.
Yeah.
But, it just because it brought in this totally new dynamic where it's like build first, shoot later, and you could outplay the shit out of someone who was a way better shot than you.
Yeah.
I personally hate that shit. I don't like being in an open field, and that's like the safest place you could be.
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive. And
You mean the Battle Royale? You don't like that game style?
Well, I like Battle Royale. It's fun. I just don't like when a dynamic gets in the way of who is going to be smarter and a better shot. I feel like those are the two things.
Yeah.
Like if you're a good builder, that's obviously a skill, and that's not something that should just be dismissed or anything. But I like when people have to think about what they're going to do and where they're going to go. In Fortnite, as long as you have materials, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, you can build your
And
way
don't
out
you
of
have
any
to pay
situation.
for a lot? I'm a noob at that, but don't you have to pay? Is it pay? I know. Don't you have to pay for things?
You can pay for
pay for
certain
packs.
things.
You can buy skins and stuff,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
it's
skins,
not.
okay.
It's not
Yeah.
going to affect your
Okay.
gameplay.
My 2 sons, they buy packs and skins
Mhm.
like all
Yeah.
the time.
Yep.
But my son, like, are you talking about as far as like builder and like shooter? My son, my youngest son, he wants to just go there and like build and have fun. He's running out there to snipe. But when people are shooting at him, he'll build like a wall
You start
around
putting
him.
up walls. Yep.
And so is that what you mean by protect?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I just don't like that. I like Blackout came out. Call of Duty did their take on it at the end of last year.
I was going to ask if anybody's been trying to copy that gameplay.
Not the building part of it, no. But obviously, Battle Royale is really, really big right now, especially for streamers and what people want to watch, because it's exciting to watch.
They kind of came up together, it seems. I mean, like Twitch was around for a while. Don't get me wrong, but the amount of people that it saw, join to when those Battle Royale games came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I think the main reason for that is
Just tell
because
me.
people can watch it
60
and understand
minutes.
it even if they've never seen the game before.
Yeah.
Like it's really easy to explain. You look at like competitive Halo or Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, it's like people are going to be lost. They get that it's a shooter and you shoot the other guys or whatever, but they don't know all the nuances. And games like that, it's like, I'm in here by myself, there's 85 other people left, and I got to be the last one standing.
Yeah.
And there's a storm that's going to like constrict us down to this tiny space.
Yeah. That was genius to me.
It's
I couldn't
just
believe-
simple. Yeah.
How simple. And that's
Anyone
how,
can follow it.
Yeah. That's the simple shit is the best. When it's so simple that you're like, how come somebody didn't think about that before? Right.
That's like the storm and it
Yeah.
takes you in.
Yeah.
Is that something off the Hunger Games? I'm trying to think. Is that like
Not
No.
really. I mean, it's
No, but they used to fake storms in that environment in the Hunger Games.
Alright,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that is genius to close them in.
So, but I'm kind of jumping all over the place. But the Twitch thing. Talk us about the Twitch profile.
Yeah, what is Twitch? So I know what Twitch is, but
Yeah.
what is Twitch, and how are you involved with Twitch, and how do people find you and all that stuff?
sure. So Twitch was originally Justin TV. It was around in that time when we were running LANs way back when.
I did
you
not know that. I know
Yeah.
what Justin TV is also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it became Twitch. But yeah, that was like I want to say 07, 08. Justin TV days, became Twitch, and people started streaming. And I'd say from like 2009 to like 2011, 2012, it was not a big thing, you know. But it was growing, and more and more people started doing it. And yeah, around 2013, and I think it did have a lot to do with games that have good like watchability, I guess you could say, like battle royale games. It just started blowing up faster and faster. And I think it was 2014, Amazon bought Twitch for $1 billion. It was like $900 million or something like that. And it's just been going crazy ever since. And now other major players are coming in. Microsoft has Mixer, which is doing really well and growing.
Yeah, shout out to Arwen, a good friend of mine. His girlfriend works at Mixer, so shout out to Arwen. Everybody,
on.
shout out Arwen. Thank you.
So my wife and I, we started streaming a few years back. I always knew Twitch was out there, and then when she and I started dating, she had a really, really big social media following from doing cosplay stuff, and she's, you know, a hardcore gamer. She plays as much as I do, and I was just like, you just need to stream. Like, this is such a good, like a natural fit for you. And so in like 2013, 2014, right in there somewhere, I helped her set up an account and start streaming, and she started doing that. And then in 2015, she was doing so well with it, and we were going to events and getting job opportunities. I'm like, I don't know why I'm not doing this too. It's stupid, you know, like I know I'm not going to make the same kind of money I make for like selling software or insurance or whatever job I had over the last 10 years, but I won't have to work, you know.
Yeah, do something you love.
So you gave up your 9 to 5 for this?
I did.
That's awesome.
That's huge. Yeah,
I did. Yeah, it was at E3 4 years ago. Would have been 4 years ago. And we work a lot with Bethesda. You know, they make like Skyrim, Fallout, all those games. We work with them a lot, and because they had a relationship with us from when she would do her cosplay, because they would commission her to dress up like, you know, a Fallout girl or something like that and go work a booth at an event. And they bring us to E3 every year. So we're out there. And E3, for anyone that doesn't know, it's like in the middle of the year. It's in June, and it's when all the big game announcements happen for what's coming out at the end of the year. And over the years, it's just gotten earlier and earlier. The show happens during the week from Tuesday to Thursday, but all the big announcements from like Microsoft, Sony, and all the major players come out in like Saturday, Sunday, the weekend before, to get the buzz. So Bethesda had a showcase that they're building this year. This would have been 2015. And so they fly Lindsay and I out. They fly us out. And we go to the showcase. They announced Fallout 4, I think, some big stuff. It was awesome. It was in LA at the Dolby Theater where they do like the Oscars and shit. And then they had an after party at the fucking Roosevelt that In-N-Out's catering. They have like $100 bottles of wine. The gaming industry is ritzy as fuck.
I was just about to say, holy shit.
We're there. This is Sunday night, right? I got to work the next day. I wasn't going to stay for E3, you know, like I just wanted to be there for the showcases and stuff. Lindsay's going to stay, go to the actual trade show and see everything and the booths and stuff and work for Bethesda. And I had to leave a fucking party in the Roosevelt with all these gaming industry people and just like celebrities and shit. I had to get in a fucking taxi at 9:30 and leave that to fly home so I could wake up at 7 a.m. and go back to work. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like, what am I doing?
No shit.
That was when it clicked. And, you know, so about a month later I quit, and then I went, you know,
balls out.
That's a huge jump
into streaming both
That's
feet. Yeah.
Fucking badass, dude.
Yeah. And I just never looked back. And so that's what we've done ever since. She still does some cosplay stuff. We'll go to a Comic-Con or two each year, and she usually works Phoenix. But yeah, we're completely invested in the gaming side of things now, and it's great. It's like,
how many people out there are in that same situation right now where you hate going to your job, you hate it with everything you got, but there's something out there that you're kind of, you know, you think you might be able to jump towards and make some money on your own. There's nobody out there that's going to tell you that you can't make money nowadays.
Oh,
the way the internet is.
Yeah.
Go enjoy and do what you want to do, because more and more examples of it every day.
The idea of a parent saying, you know, you can play video games and be a failure, that's just a meme now.
Yeah.
Like, people just make fun
True
of that
doubt.
now.
Yeah.
You know, so I really do feel like about 10 years ago, we turned a corner in society where people always kind of wanted to be a rock star. And they've given up on that. Being an internet personality on YouTube or Twitch, that's the new rock star dream.
Yeah, and
you know?
it's crazy because
Oh shit,
some of the
that's
guys
very true. That's a good point.
Yeah, some of the guys who are making the most money in the game right now are doing it through Twitch or YouTube or some streaming site, and they are killing it in the bank wise.
Yeah, you look at the top layer of Twitch; they're all multimillionaires.
Oh yeah,
It's
Were
just
all these people
ridiculous.
you're talking about at that gaming place where that shooting happened? Any of these people?
The
you're talking
Madden
about?
tournament in Florida.
Yeah, that was.
I knew a guy that was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
No?
Holy shit!
I met a guy. It was one of the ones who died.
That sucks.
Oh, man, I'm
I
sorry
didn't
to-
know him. I like was at a dinner table with like 10, 15 people once, and he was one of them.
Damn.
And so I didn't really know him, but I'd met him, and yeah, that was crazy. That shook me up quite a bit because
What has things changed since then?
Sure.
I mean, can you tell a difference in security or anything, or is it just people are more aware?
That's such so random. Like, what
It's-
are they gonna do? Add
I know,
all this
right? I
crazy
mean-
security. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a venue thing. It
yeah,
often
that
falls.
was like
on
at
the
a
shoulders.
bar.
Yeah, it was at
That
a
was
bar.
at a
That's why it
random
happened.
bar.
That's why it happened.
Well, same
yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
with
crazy.
Phoenix Con. I think it was last year with that dude that wanted to kill that Power Ranger.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
I mean,
I was at the
yeah,
fucking con when they arrested him.
yeah, that was
I
fucking
was-
crazy.
Because I've been paranoid about this for a while. We've
Yeah.
obviously had an uptick in mass shootings over the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
And we've basically rewritten the top 10 list in recent years. Of,
year by year,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
And Phoenix is at the convention center, and that place is like a labyrinth. There's so many ways in and out of those buildings.
Yeah.
And so I've always been really nervous about this because cons are so packed with people. It's an obvious target.
Yeah,
And so yeah, when I heard about that, it sucked,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of trouble going to events unless they're really, really, really carefully handled security wise. And we're pretty meticulous. We've turned down certain events because like, yeah, it's not worth it. you know?
yeah, yeah. Well, especially if you have other people out there that are fans of your channel, right? Because then it starts to get a little bit more. Yeah,
The
right.
bigger you get, the more likely it is a weirdo's going to try to kill you.
You got
basically.
it. And I hate to say that, but that's kind of the way it is. And there's so many people out there that are streaming and that people are just, I hate to bring it towards this craziness, but
No, it's
Fuck,
true.
McClay, Jesus.
Yeah. It's something-
fuck, I'm going, guys.
It's
true.
no, you're right. It's something we're all thinking about. How can you not?
Yeah.
I was at E3 2 years ago when Pulse happened. We were in Vegas the night that happened.
Oh
we were,
yeah,
we were on the
I
old
think
strip.
I remember I seen your tweets and
Yeah,
posts about.
we were there.
this,
We were playing a show.
That was probably the worst one, I think, that to me, that made me realize that this shit can happen anywhere.
Well, yeah, when you're there, it puts it more in perspective. You're like, fuck, this is some real shit.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I've lost a lot of sleep over that one. That fucked me up a little bit because the weekend before he did it, he was there and he almost did it that weekend, and we were there that weekend too, on the opposite end of the strip. He was over by the MGM Grand in Mandalay Bay. We were on the old strip the night that it happened. The
Old
weekend,
Town Vegas.
Yeah, Old Town Vegas. Yeah, we were there watching the Rick and Morty season finale that was airing
Yeah.
that night when he did it. And the weekend before, he was over on the old strip looking at a big concert that was happening. And we were over at we were at MGM Grand going back and forth between that and Mandalay Bay. We were right where that happened the
A week
weekend
before.
before, and he was on the other strip where we were the weekend that he actually did it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Fucked me up a little bit. Like we came devastatingly close to that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. One thing I want to ask you actually is how has shit talking changed from when I was gaming you back in the day from landing to now? Because online,
Because you're a big shit talker.
no, not me, dude.
Yes, you
it
are.
was absolutely ruthless back in the day.
Who?
Shit talking in general.
No, who did you say was ruthless?
Everybody.
Oh, just shit talking in
Online.
general. Yeah.
Like people would say completely racist
Well,
things.
it's gotten
The-
really crazy
The
now.
word rape.
Xbox
That was
Live
the big thing. Remember? You
Yeah.
got raped.
Get
Rape.
raped.
Rape. That was one of the big things.
Yeah, it was.
I don't play enough to like know the shit talking what it's like now. So is it different now because of this new era that we're in?
Yeah,
or-
they're doing that. What do they call that? Where they bring the SWAT, they SWAT them, right? People are getting
What?
swatted on the streaming things, right?
I don't know anything of
that
it.
happened.
So tell me.
Yeah, that's a slightly different problem. That's like people basically forging a call to the police to get them like the SWAT to go to your house
Reporting.
and bust into your house
While
because
you're
Oh,
streaming.
literally
they
swatting?
lie. and
Yeah.
They get your address by getting your IP
You got to
address.
say something really crazy for that. to
Yeah, they
happen.
do.
Yeah.
And
I'm
the SWAT
talking
teams,
about
Yeah, he's talking
You
about just
got
shit talk
raped.
at an event.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's 2019 and 2006.
What are those
7, and
kids?
That was common fucking
It
thing
was.
that everybody said.
Dude.
Yeah,
And
'cause
I'm not.
I
I'm
never
not going to
said
admit that I
rape.
never said that.
No, I
I
never
said
rape
that.
just cause.
I remember we would go out someplace and he would be talking like that, like holy shit, that person just got raped or something. You know what I mean? Because he's
Yeah.
using it in a different mind. I'd have to be like Keith.
I was
dude.
using it in a gaming term.
Yes, in the
Keith,
gaming
break
term.
out of your
yeah.
gaming mode.
Well, that probably
You might not
still
want to.
happens.
YouTube will ban you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm editing this
You
part
say
out.
Yeah.
shit from then.
But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So is it different now, or
It's a lot different, both online and in person. They've
Better.
well, it's all but gone.
Good.
I mean, just good. Well, I don't think it's good personally. I mean, everyone's got their own opinion about this, but companies have stepped in and started just making it difficult to talk to people.
Mass
They've started
bans.
censoring stuff. You can't talk in lobbies anymore, dude. You'd be sitting in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby if you could take that. There's just nothing that the real world could throw at you that would hurt your
Yeah.
fucking feelings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there was nothing better for thickening your skin. And
Yeah,
the mental
totally.
game at tournaments, there's something to that. I don't think that should necessarily be dismissed. You see it on an NFL field or an NBA
Yeah.
court. They're constantly trying to get in the other person's head.
Oh, I like to say that if they would give me that mic data from like the NHL games when they're chirping each other, I would pay like
Oh,
$20
yeah.
a game
Yeah.
just to listen to that the
Yeah.
whole time. I want to hear that shit. So yeah, you're right. It's part
Yeah.
of the game.
They split up teams now. You get on a main stage now, and it's like opposite ends of the stage and soundproof booths. They've got 2 sets of headphones. They got earbuds up underneath their headphones with game sound, and then they have like noise canceling headphones over them. So you're linked in with your team.
there's
Obviously,
no shit talking?
no, not at all.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
It's not PC, bro.
What
Yep.
about online?
Online, I mean, it's so easy to get communications bans now because every company has just enforced these new crazy policies where people report you, oh, you said mean shit
That's
to
what.
me.
That's why
You
I'm asking.
can't-
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, they won't ban you from matchmaking playing, but you won't be able to send messages or talk.
I'm not
they'll
gonna
mute
do it.
you.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing that in every game though, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
across the board because it's become such a mental health. Right.
The only shit talk you'll see is the occasional message, and you'll see they won't put profanity in it because
Yeah.
if there's one swear word, you report the message, and
Yeah. So they'll have words that
like
yeah.
you're really bad, like
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like fucking PG level shit
Yeah.
talk. It's just stupid. Yeah.
Oh, real quick. Xbox or PlayStation?
Oh, Xbox.
For
Come
sure. I
on.
knew you were gonna say that.
Come on.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Sony. Screw Sony.
And then just real quick, we have a few minutes left.
Ibanez or Fender?
Oh, I'm not a guitar player. You'd have to ask Jeremy.
Oh crap!
I'm a vocalist.
No. So just
Yeah.
2 days ago, you posted. I saw that you put a rap on the band room, and
Yep.
I was gonna ask you about that. So he was in a band called Side Project.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking about the original story when
Yeah,
we mixed them and
okay.
all that. So
Yep.
is that what's up with that?
Our bass player just, it was time to back off, and I was like 5 feet behind him. Honestly, it'd been about 10 years of playing shows in the Valley here and doing stuff and recording, and been in a few bands, and I found it when I started streaming, the creative energy to stream and entertain people and be on camera and stuff, and to write songs and perform on stage. I feel like you're pulling from the same pile.
Yeah.
And I found it a little tough to dump all of myself into both at the same time. So I was kind of just wanting to, move on from music and just go forward with the streaming. So that's basically what I'm doing. Yeah.
Fucking totally fucking.
I'm not
understand
done with
that, bro.
music.
I
I
totally
mean,
get that, man.
I still have all my gear. I still have all my stuff, and I love singing, and I'll continue to do like karaoke and crap. Twitch has a karaoke game that's scored, and they do contests. So stuff like that I'll continue to do. But,
That's cool.
down the road I might be in a band again, but who knows?
Yeah. That's
Yep.
cool, man.
That is cool.
Right on, man. Is there anything you want to plug real quick last second before we wrap up? I just want to say thanks for coming on, man. You're a bad
Yeah.
motherfucker. I got to nerd out on some gaming shit. I know we
We got to do it more. You
Yeah,
gotta do
I
one
f-
more.
Well,
feel
he's all.
like-
I know he's all fucking. You're probably butthurt because we get to talk about WoW. That's his game, World of Warcraft.
No.
Let's
gaming.
let's do another one. I feel like we just barely punctured the floodgate
I
of
was
all the
about to
stuff
say-
we could
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about.
Yeah.
We could sit here all day.
No,
Oh,
this
for
was
sure,
very
dude. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to hear about those.
If I had better
old school
equipment, more
times.
storage, and longer batteries for the lights, we could probably go for more hours. But yeah,
For sure.
for now we're doing the 75 minutes. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. If you got any plugs and shit,
Straight ripping, baby.
where do you find Straight Rip? I know
Stay
you can
ripping,
Google
find
it,
us. So go to twitch.tv, search for Straight Rippin'.
okay.
It's just how it's spelled here. STR8 space RIPPIN. And you'll see our stream team. You'll see my wife. You'll see T Squared. You'll see me.
Hell yeah.
And come follow us. Check us out. Play games with us. Hang
Hell
out.
yeah. And you can rape some noobs.
Like
you-
it's 2007.
You can't say that anymore. I'm surprised you didn't say anything on my shirt, dude.
Oh yeah, bro. Look at this, Ben Benz. I don't even know what's been up with him.
I don't know, but Ben Benz, if you're watching this, holla.
Yeah, we want to have you on, brother.
All right. That's the end of episode 5. I want to thank Andrew. Andrew. motherfucker. Don Rizze. Come over in the camera, dude. Just come over for a second. He's camera shy. Just... Oompa, I know you were trying on the lights, but that's
Thank
because
you,
I spent
brother.
$100 on those on Amazon. They don't do shit. Anyway, Zach, fucking yeah, we could do anytime you want to come on. If you have
Dude.
anything you want to promote, lands or whatever, dude, let me know and shit. Because this was fun as fuck. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you big time coming
Yeah,
on. So
I'm here. Let's do this more often.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Bro. All right, this is Bogcast episode 5. That's wait, let me see that real quick. Bogcast episode 5. That's a wrap.
Hell yeah. That was fucking dope. Bang!